Jacob Raskin.
Very
He's
nice.
like in the Ghana Susan Sarkar.
That's really nice.
Yeah, so it's been cool.
All right, we can go ahead and get started. Is the sound on? Okay, great. Can you guys hear me? Ish? I don't know how to turn that up. I might just
Well,
lean
you
in.
could actually pull it up just a little bit too, but
How about that? Is
it's
that
getting
better?
fixed. I mean, I'm listening, but it's
Okay. Well, everybody will just have to listen. All right.
But I want you want Grid to say.
Shabbat Shalom. We're going to start tonight's service. Let's start with Yadid Nefesh because I think we could use the extra soul, although we do have a minion. So good for that. All right. Page 1. Yadid Nefesh Avarachman. Yadid Nefesh Avarachman. Meshach Abdecha. El Retzonecha. Meshach Abdecha. El Retzonecha. Yarut Abdecha. Kemo Ayam. Yishtacha El Muhagarecha. Okay, we'll turn to page 3. Lechuna Ranana. Lechuna Ranana, Ranana, Ladonai Naria, Naria, Lipsuri Shenu. Lechuna Ranana, Ranana, Ladonai Naria, Naria, Lipsuri Shenu. Vekad Malfana, Vetoda, Bizlirot Arielo, Kiel Gadol, Adonai, Melech Gadol, Al Kol Elohim, Lechunu Ranena, Ranena, Adonai Naria, Naria, Litzuri Shenu, Lechunu Ranena, Ranena, Adonai Naria, Naria, Litzuri Shenu. I love this participation tonight. Awesome. All right, we'll go to Romenu, bottom of page 12. Romenu Adonai Eloheinu v'nishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romenu Adonai Eloheinu v'nishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romenu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romenu. Romenu Adonai Eloheinu v'nishtachavu lehar kodsho. Page 13, Psalm 29. Mizmor leDavid, havu l'Adonai b'leilim, havu l'Adonai kavod ba'oz. Havu l'Adonai kerevot shemo v'ishtachavu l'Adonai b'chavat kodesh. Kol Adonai al ha'mayim el hakavod hi Vesirion, Keno, Keno Vedret Amy, ay, Koladonai, Choseva Hagodesh, Koladonai, Yachil Midbar, Yachil Adonai, Midbar Kadesh, Koladonai, Yechol Elayadot, Vayecheso, Yeharot, Uhehalot, Kulo Omer Kavod, ay, Adonai, Lama Muyashai, Yeshev Adonai, Melech Leolam, Adonai Oz, Leolam Yitena, Adonai Yevorech, Yaakov Shalom. Ay, You turn to page 15 for Lecha Dodi to culminate the Kabbalah Shabbat service. Let's see. Let's do Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Mekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Mekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibor echad, Vishmiyanu le'anucha, Adonai echad, U'shemo echad, L'shem tiferet v'le'tila la 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 la, Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Mekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Mekabela. Likrat Shabbat Echun Echad, Ki Lekor HaBaracha, Merosh Mikeder Nesucha, Sofa Aseh V'machshavat Tchila la 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 la, Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Mekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Mekabela. Bottom of 17. Yaminu Smol Tifratzi, Ve'et Adonai Ta'arisi, Al Yadish Ben Parzi, V'nismecha v'nagi la 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 la, Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Mekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Mekabela. We rise and face the entrance. Bo'im Shalom Ater Mala, Gam Simcha U'Tzohala, Tov Emuneh Asula, Bo'im Hala. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Mekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Mekabela. To any mourners in our midst, we say Hamakom Yinechem Etchem B'tov Sha'ar Avelei Zion Yerushalayim. You may be seated. Psalm 92, Song for Shabbat, page 19. Mizmor shir le'yom ha'shabbat, tov le'hodot le'Adonai, u'lezamer le'shimcha elyon, u'lezamer le'shimcha elyon, la'avid ba'oker chasecha,
Mishpachati, Oda מצוותיך לעולם ועד.
כי הם
Lemantis karuvas item
Kovitzotai, Item Kedoshim Elohechem, Aneni Adonai Elohechem, Asher Hotzeti Etam Eretz Mitzrayim, V'yodachem Elohim, Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Adonai Elohechem, Amen. Top of page 32. U'malchut tov ratzon kilu elechem, Moshe b'nei Yisrael lecha anu shira b'simcha rabah, ve'amru chulam. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, norati lo b'hosefelet, norati lo b'hosefelet, ma'alechutecha ra'u banecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe. Chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Page 33. Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Shalom, V'hamidenu Malkeinu Nechayim. Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Shalom, V'hamidenu Malkeinu Nechayim. Ushmor Tzeiteinu, Uvoenu
Ashkenazu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, V'Hashkenazu Malkeinu, Eloheinu leShalom, Ashkenazu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, V'Hashkenazu Malkeinu, Eloheinu leShalom, V'Hashkenazu Malkeinu.
Ufros Alinu Sukkot Shlomecha, Baruch Atah Adonai, HaPorei Sukkot Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Amo Yisrael, Ve'al Yerushalayim. Please rise for Vishamru.
Shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, Lasot et HaShabbat leDoratam berit olam. Beinu v'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, Lasot et HaShabbat leDoratam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz, v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, Lasot et HaShabbat leDoratam berit olam.
Ubayom Hashkini,
Shabbat v'nafash, Shabbat v'nafash, Shabbat v'nafash, v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, Lasot et HaShabbat leDoratam berit olam.
All right, we call up almost bar mitzvah, Arel Mazlia, to lead us in Hatzi Kaddish.
Yitgadal, V'Yitgadal Shemei Rabba.
Amen.
Yifrach Yirteh V'Mich Malchuteh.
B'chayechol yom echad, u'v'ayim b'chol Beit Yisrael. Ba'gala, ba'gala, u'bizman karib.
V'Yimeru.
Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mechorach, le'olam olam me'omaya, Yitzharach.
Yitbarach V'Yishtabach. Yitbarach V'Yishtabach. Yitbarach V'Termam V'Naseh. V'Tadar V'Taleh V'Talal Shmid Kushah.
B'rechu,
Le'elam V'Kol B'chata V'Shirata.
Tushbechata v'nehemata, Damiram me'omra.
V'Yimru.
Amen. Yashikawa.
We will do the silent Amidah, which starts on page 37 and ends on page 50-something. 48. Say Shalom Yirama.
Say Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru Amen. Yaseh Shalom. Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom. Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Amen.
We continue with the abbreviated repetition of the Amidah. Vaychulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol sevam vaychol Elohim b'yom hashvi'i melachto asher asa vayishbot b'yom hashvi'i mikol melachto asher asa Vayivarech Elohim et yom hashvi'i Vayikadesh oto V'yom Shabbat mikol melachto Asher bara Elohim la'asot. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzhak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Kadesh Hamayim v'Haaretz, Magin Avot B'Gvarel, Mechayei Metim B'Ma'amaro, Ha'el HaKadosh, She'ein Kamohu, Haleviach Le'elo, Yom Shabbat Kodsho, Kivam Ratza Le'aliach Lahem, Kivam Ratza Le'aliach Lahem, Lefanav Na'avod, V'yirav V'chad, V'nodeh Lishmo B'chol Yom Tamid, Me'en Brachot. El Ha'odot, Adon HaShalom, Mekadesh HaShabbat, U'marech Shvi, U'meniach Mikdusha, Ve'yamedu Shnei Orei, Zecher L'Maseh Bereshit. Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu Retzei b'Minchotenu Kachenu b'mitzvotecha v'teimachenu b'toratecha Samenu mitzuvecha v'samenu b'shuatecha v'taherenu le'avdecha be'emet v'hagilenu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ahabahu b'tzam Shabbat Kodshecha ve'anuchu v'Yisrael Mekadesh Shemecha. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen.
Arel, you up for Kaddish Shalom too? Putting you to work tonight. All right. Oh, it's already up for you.
Yigdal v'yikadesh Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Yamad yivrach yotev v'mechotev v'chayachon v'mechon v'chayeh l'chol b'Yisrael. V'agalah l'zman kariv himru.
Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevorach. Le'olam Lo Me'omayim.
ותדע ותלה ותלה שמי לכול השעה.
Riku.
לעולם מכל ברכתה ושירתה, תשבחה אתה ונחמתה. מין תשבחתה ונחמתה. אמר ואמרו.
Amen.
תתקבל צלחון וברכון לכל ישראל. כבודם וברכון וישמע ואמרו.
Amen.
השמי לה לבא מן שמיה. וחיים עלינו וכל ישראל. ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו ויעשה שלום. עלינו וכל ישראל. וכל ישראל. וכל ישראל תבל. ואמרו
Amen.
Yeshua. All right, now you're off the hook. More to come in September. All right. All right, we can close our Sederim for a moment for the Drosh. I realized a little late, so on St. Patrick's Day, I gave a Drosh about the history of Jews in Ireland. Today's Bastille Day, it would have been great to do history of Jews in France, but I'm sorry that's not what you're getting. I'm going to talk about the parasha. So this week's parasha is a double one, Matot Maseh. It begins with Moshe speaking to the heads of the tribes of Israel about vows, or neder mean. The word neder, which means vow, might sound familiar to you, maybe because of the Kol Nidre service, named for the Kol Nidre prayer, which we recite in a haunting melody every Erev Yom Kippur. In fact, the language used in this parasha was adapted in writing the Kol Nidre prayer. The purpose of Kol Nidre is to annul the vows that we've taken over the past year from the prayer. All vows, prohibitions, oaths, consecrations, restrictions, interdictions, or any other expression of vows, which I may vow, swear, dedicate, or which I may prescribe for myself or for others from this Yom Kippur until the next Yom Kippur, which comes to us for good. We regret them all. All shall be hereby absolved, remitted, canceled, declared null and void, not in force or in effect. Let our vows not be considered vows. Let our prohibitions not be considered prohibitions. And let our oaths not be considered oaths. It's not nearly as moving a topic as the crescendoing and lingering music might suggest, at least not to our modern ears. But when Kol Nidre was written, somewhere between the 6th to 8th century, vows carried a lot more weight. In the Torah, keeping your word is of the highest importance. Vows are not to be made or broken casually. It was considered a desecration to break a vow. The reason is that taking on a vow is equivalent to actually taking on a mitzvah of the Torah. So by one reading, a person is actually performing a task that is otherwise only done by Hashem. So when you take a vow, it actually gives it a halakhic status. You might hear a traditional Jew add bli neder, meaning without vowing, to make it very clear when they state an intention that they're not formally taking on a vow. The first 17 verses of the parasha, so the first 3 readings I think that we're doing tomorrow, describe situations in which a vow may or may not be annulled. For a Jewish man, any neder is pretty much binding, and to break it would be desecrating his word. The rules are, of course, more complicated for women. A woman's father or husband can revoke her vow in certain circumstances, and it's not really held against her. So what does it mean when someone says, to break a vow? If someone says they're going to do something and they fail to do it, or they change their mind, do you lose faith in that person? Is it hard to trust them? It's hard to say. We've all done it countless times. I'm sure I've probably already done it several times today. So, why this particular set of rules coming at this part in the Torah? So, to give a little background, this is when the Israelites are just about to enter Eretz Yisrael, and this is why they really needed to emphasize this. So, according to Lord Rabbi Jonathan Sacks, after all that journeying, they were about to finally start this new society, and this was based on the covenant with Hashem. And what is a covenant other than a promise or an agreement or even a vow? So if promises were taken lightly, everything could just fall apart. Not only did the Israelites need to trust Hashem would honor and fulfill his promises to them, but they needed to feel that as a society, they had a moral obligation to Hashem as well, and to each other. They wanted to create a free society, and without trust, all of that falls apart, and the shared experience that they had so far in their journey would have been lost. So now that we understand how important vows are, let's go back to the Kol Nidre prayer. How do we reconcile the gravity given to vow taking by the Torah with the ritual yearly annulment of everything we swore for the past year? The language of Kol Nidre is so sweeping that it seems to me it could cover pretty much anything that might even resemble a vow. Based on one explanation, it seems our ancestors understood that we might take vows without considering the consequences, or not realize how impractical it would be to keep a vow that we've made. Maybe someone's in an emotional state and they take a vow and later realize it was a mistake. So Kol Nidre is sort of a legal loophole. You can look at it as allowing us to only focus on the real vows that we want to dedicate ourselves to, and reminding us not to take on vows lightly. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Yashika.
Baruch Tiyeh.
Hey, Jacqueline, can you finish?
Oh yeah, go for it. Thank you. All right.
Please rise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hakafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kichanu mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho b'ahava u'ratzon yichilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishi ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh Zecher leTzion Mitzrayim Ki banu v'charta V'tanu kidashta Mikol Hamim V'shabbat kodshecha Yahava u'ratzon yichilanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
L'chaim.
All right, thank you so much for leading that. All right, now we will bless children. There are some children present. For boys, in particular, that one applies tonight. We say Yisimcha Elohim K'Ephraim V'Menashe. For girls, Yisimech Elohim K'Sara B'Ka Rachel B'Leah. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. All right. Aleinu, page 57.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol La'tei kedua le'yoseh b'reishi Shelo asam l'golei ha'aratzo Velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama Shelo sam melkeinu v'hem V'gor aleinu v'chol ha'onah V'anachnu korim u'mishpachatim u'godim L'ifnei melech malkei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shehu netei shamayim v'yosed ha'aretz U'moshav yikaro b'shamayim ima'al U'shchinatu zo B'kaveh meromim Hu Eloheinu Einod Emet Malkeinu Efesu Ato Kakatu B'Torato V'Gadtayo V'Hashazota Elev Avecha Ki Adonai Hu Elohim בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת אינו.
Kagatuv b'toratacha Adonai yimach le'olam ba'ed.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
You may be seated. This Shabbat, we lovingly recall the memory of our departed relatives and friends whose yahrzeit we observed during the week of 26 Tammuz to 3 Av. Louis Aldef, Minnie Dane Askey, Simi Baum, John A. Berman, Ira Glasser, Elmer Glick, Samuel Gold, Morris Cantor, Edward F. Klinger, Lena Clore, Rayana Leitner, Sylvia Levinson, Reggie Martyr, Edith Moss, Rosalie Osseroff, Anna Pulse, Morris Rothblatt, Elaine Rubin, Howard Rubin, Thomas Saunders, Henry Alton Schmulowitz, Barnett Schwartz, Sheila Rose Seal, Michael Shaw, Israel Shepard, Lawrence W. Stone, Kenneth Tessler, and Morris Weiner. We also remember our recent passings: Caroline Ring Bleckerman, mother of Diana Miller, Arthur Barron, congregant, Warren Resnick, father of Renee Marks, Mary Beth Shue Brower, sister of Steve Shue, and Faye Ranshaw, mother of Roberta Moslia. And what an amazing biography that we got to read about her today. It's incredible. If you are observing yahrzeit, or it's your custom to do so, please rise for the Mourner's Kaddish on page 61. Yikadal, Yikadash, Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ve'alma, Divrach, Hirotei, Ve'amlich, Malchutei, V'chayechon, U'b'yomechon, V'chayei Tehol Beit Yisrael, Va'agala U'bizman Kariv V'imru.
Amen. Yishmei Rabba Mevarach Olam Omayomaya.
Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitrumam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitaleg, V'yitalal, Shemei Dekudashah,
Barichu.
La'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata b'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru.
Amen.
Yahei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen.
Osei shalom v'imramav, hu yasei shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen.
May their memory be a blessing to you. All right. Just a couple of quick announcements. Tomorrow service is at 9:30. I believe that Renee and Michael Marks are sponsoring the Kiddush, and I think Michael's actually giving the drash tomorrow. Coming up, we have Tisha B'Av services on Wednesday, July 26th in the sanctuary at 8:30. That's the one where you get to sit on the floor with all the candles. Susan's going to be leading that. And school resumes for the Gone Wednesday, August 9th and August 10th. And actually, it's not on here yet, but since I was already talking about Kol Nidre, you will be getting in the next week your high holiday packets. So believe it or not, I know Susan probably doesn't want to be reminded of that, but it's coming. All right, we're going to close with Hatikva on page 65. Please rise. Kol Halevav V'nima Nefesh Yehudi Aliyah Ufa'at
תקוותנו, התקווה בת שנות 2000, להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, בארץ ציון ירושלים. להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, בארץ ציון ירושלים.
Shabbat Shalom. Yashikawad. And Kala.
Oh, Paula. Sure. Someone wanna do the bracha? Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Great. Love it. And I don't think we had any guests tonight.
Just want the bread first.
There.
Who's that baby?